I often get questions like, what should I do? Should I choose this or should I choose that? What should I do in this particular situation? Or what is my purpose? What should I be doing with my life? And my answer to all these types of questions is the same, and that is, first, wake up. So most of us are so obsessed with our the story of our individual self. So who am I and who am I in the world, and am I a good or bad person? Am I a hero in the story, or am I a victim in the story, or am I a jerk, or am I a saint, and everyone thinks I'm kind and compassionate and so do I, or not, or I'm a rebel, or whatever fantasy we are concocting on a daily basis, right? Because the individual story of self, who you think you are, doesn't actually exist. It's not a real thing. It's just a bunch of thoughts, electrical impulses that are strung together in an artificial way, that are repeated over and over, so that you have tricked yourself into thinking it's an actual real thing. So when you have a decision to make, you're filtering all of that through this story that you have in your mind of this person that you think exists, and whether or not that person is okay, whether they're smart or good enough or attractive, or whatever it is you think will give you lovability, survivability. So when you're trying to make a decision, you have choice X, and you try to fantasize about the possible outcome. If I do choice X, what will happen? And then what will that mean about me and my individual story of self? And then I have choice Y, and I try to predict, okay, if I pick choice Y, then what will happen? So I'm going to have a fantasy about a possible future outcome, and then what would that outcome mean about me and my personal story of self? Does that make me what I want to think I am, what I want others to think I am? So it's very, very complicated, and it's no wonder people have a hard time making a decision, because the individual story doesn't exist, that person doesn't exist, and you can't possibly know what is going to happen if you do X or Y. So of course, based on that, it's very, very difficult to pick the quote-unquote right thing. So instead of that, if you go about it from the other way around, where you wake up from the dream of the individual story of self, which is not real, then you recognize that you are just the karma of the universe unfolding. And that's what everything is. And therefore, the whole world is just yourself. And when you recognize that the whole world is yourself, then you will treat the whole world as you would yourself, with openness and curiosity and compassion and a very, very deep intimacy. And that's all you need to be concerned about. So there's no what will happen if, should I choose this or choose that, because then all of your action is just a natural unfolding of that beingness, of you being yourself, of that open heart. So you don't have to worry about outcome. And then the whole universe is just karma unfolding, and whatever your mind-body machine happens to do is also just karma unfolding. So you can relax into the peace of the functioning of the universe, which is perfect.